Hey, what's going on, my friends? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to share with you 5 things I think you should know about this powerful 12-12 energy gateway, if you will. This portal, this shift, this turning point within the month of December. A lot of you might have not been too fond of December and the energies and your experiences thus far. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of mood swings, a lot of physical symptoms, a lot of adjusting, a lot of cluelessness at times. But this is the turning point where you're going to start to really discover why that's all been happening and see that it's all been happening for you, for your highest good, for not only your highest good, but the highest good of the whole, which is now ready for you to start really embodying your true self, your purpose, more than ever before. That's the primary theme this time is purpose with a capital P. It's go time. It's time for you to really be who you are and came to express to the world. And all the things that have been happening, some fun, some not so fun, have all been working to allow you to do that. So before I get a little bit deeper into this reading and into the 5 things, let me say, if you're new to my YouTube channel, welcome. I've created a free guided meditation that's designed to help you learn that you can, with your own intention, heal your own blockages. It's a guided meditation, but you do the work, and that's the whole point. I made it myself. It's totally free. Check it out down below at the top of the description box, or also there'll be a top comment where I usually pin it. And with that said, I'll see you guys inside the video. Number 1, you might be experiencing big waves, meaning ups and downs, like more so than normal. High highs, low lows. Some of you might be feeling like there's a cruel emphasis on the lows. There's a lot of energy. That's why I wore my cool shirt that says high vibrations on it, because the vibrations are very high right now, big time. And we're all doing our best to adjust. And whenever the vibrations raise abruptly, which they have, it just kicks up so much within us, unconscious, that is suddenly no longer in alignment with this new baseline frequency. So with that situation, it creates a kind of an incredible energetic dissonance within ourselves, and then of course within our life, which is merely a reflection of ourselves. So what I'm saying is that old stuff might be coming up in large quantities, making you feel like really depressed for no reason, really tired for no reason, really hopeless, really doubtful. Any of these states of being that you learn to embody, usually at a young age, that are still floating around in your consciousness, that are like, they don't belong there. They're not even yours. They're just like, it becomes a habit to identify with them because we have for so long, and no one came around and said, hey, you know what? I know you're feeling doubtful, but that's not you. You're not doubtful. You're just connected to doubtful energies in the moment. And if you just wait a minute and breathe, they'll pass. But no one told us that. They haven't passed. They've been stored by us. So our identity, our sense of self has become so distorted. And these higher frequencies are saying, hey, let's let all that stuff out of the box, out of the bag. But it's not fun. It's not fun. I've been feeling this big time. I've been sharing about it in my content, in my emails, on my Instagram, that Victor, I have really bad days too for no reason. I wake up feeling really exhausted and depressed and very with a bleak outlook on the future, very hopeless, very dim. But I understand the reason behind it. Now, hopefully you do too. And then you can do what I do, which is just sort of be patient. Trust, which you always can. You always know it's going to be fine. And wait it out. And then once we adjust, once we're more absent of these energies, we feel better than ever. Number 2, I wrote down detox and health as your own means of adjusting yourself to the frequencies. We're all going to go about this in our own way, but adjust we shall. My friend Aaron, he's on this intense detox kick. He just bought this, what is it? It's like an Epsom salt soak thing for a spa for his feet. He's drinking all this stuff. He's doing enemas. He's got this really restricted diet, but he's all jazzed up about it. He's happy to be doing it. He's enthused about it. He feels great. He's raising, or more so adjusting, his frequency to the new potential, and that's how he's going about it. Me, I'm doing more of like, I'm adjusting my exercise, because the way these energies tend to manifest for me a lot of the times is with fatigue, and I can't afford to have fatigue. I got a big purpose. I do a lot of output. I have 3 wild, rambunctious children. I have a wife, so it's really like inconvenient for me to be tired as I can sometimes get. So what I've been doing just naturally is adjusting my workouts and working out a little more, a little bit differently, and also tweaking my diet a little bit. But regardless, I've been doing things that help me adjust to the energy. So whether it's shifting your diet for you, whether it's becoming suddenly attracted to the yoga class down the street you've been meaning to join and now you feel motivated to do so, or whatever it is, go with it. And there is no right or way. Like for me, like for example, this can happen sometimes. Aaron is on, my friend Aaron Dowdy, you check him out, good YouTuber, we're best friends, and he's doing this whole detox thing, and I was intrigued, so I was like, yeah, maybe I should check that out, I should do it. And I started to do it, and I just could tell it didn't really feel right. That wasn't, in this moment, my way of adjusting. For me, it was this different way. So you gotta march to the beat of your own drum here, and do whatever works for you, but I would suspect, due to the high frequencies right now, there's something in your life that is in your life sort of currently that is helping you adjust to the frequencies. And I'm just here to say and encourage you, just go with it. It will help, but do it your own way. Number 3, a welcomed breakthrough. Breakthrough. Yeah. The stuff that maybe has been troubling you, the blocks, more blocky than ever maybe. You can expect these energies to get so high that you'll have breakthroughs. Freedom. They're gone. And, little caveat, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to deeply inquire into every little issue that comes up, or seek some kind of extravagant, miraculous healing, or have a mystical encounter. A lot of times these things they lift. They come up and they say, oh God, my life sucks. What's happening? Oh my goodness. And then you wake up and they're gone. You don't have to do this perfectly. It's more about allowing. The frequencies are raising, and you don't have to do anything. They're just raising. And they're catalyzing this purge. And sometimes it's relevant to attract to yourself some modalities or some healing or a practice or some kind of thing that will assist you. And if that's the case, it'll be sort of intuitive and exciting and natural anyways. But many times it's just about letting the process that's already transpiring happen. You don't have to be perfect. Okay? So sometimes when these energies kick up real high and there's a lot up at the surface, we feel so unpleasant and uncomfortable that we succumb to our darker desires with food and addictions and escape. And that's not helping anything. But even with that, it's still going to clear anyways. But to avoid that, what I try to do now is take my own advice I'm giving you here, which is just to allow, just to trust, just to be present. It's helpful a lot of the times, to not label anything, just to be. Sometimes we feel doubtful for no reason. We say, why am I doubtful? Where did this stem from? This must have come from childhood. Now I have to go diving into my childhood. How do I do that? Well, maybe I'll get a past life regression. Well, there's no one open right now. I guess I'm screwed. I guess I'm stuck with this block. And we go off on these tangents, and all we have to do is just say, okay, I can feel you. I don't like this state of being, but I've been around the block. You have been around the block long enough to know that this process is about the contractions and expansions. And right now it's a contraction. Right now it's about shedding light on our issues. And our issues eventually are just gone. And we can have a much smoother ride if we can just yield to the moment and detach to an extent. Ignore sometimes and just allow. Number 4 is the result of these breakthroughs will be you overcoming, transcending, releasing long-held blockages that might have just been troubling you for so long. Excuse me. And you'll feel them lift. I'll give an example. something that I've struggled with for quite a while. It's been a couple of years. This theme has kind of come up over and over for me, and up until recently, I've yet to be able to truly resolve it. And that is this deep fear that something bad will happen to my children. My grandfather, he lost a son to, I forgot what it was, but he was like a 16-year-old kid, and he lost him. He died. And then I know that affected him deeply. And then my mother carried that same fear, like that, almost like a knowing that something bad's going to happen. And then so did I. And I would see throughout my awakening, throughout my last couple of years, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of dreams, a lot of circumstances, sometimes manifestations that were revealing to me that, Victor, you still have that. You still have that block. You're still carrying those energies. And for me, it's like, oh my goodness, I want to get these out for obvious reasons, but I can't. I don't know what to do. And then what happened was nothing magnificent happened. I literally just got to a slightly higher level of consciousness, just naturally, just like you're doing as well. And all of a sudden, I could just see it. I could just see what it was. It was just this patterned, mistaken identity. This energy would come over me, and I thought it was mine. I thought I had to deal with it. I thought I had to fix it. I thought it was going to happen. And I could just see it now for what it is, just a passing state of being that I could choose to ignore. And as I've done that, it's just fading away. Even with the echoes that can sometimes happen after you've overcome something, they're less and less intrusive, less and less impactful, and extremely easy to just let sort of breeze right through my consciousness. I'm no longer clinging to them. That's what a lot of our issues are. It's not a matter of something significant you must do. It's just we have to sometimes stop clinging to them, stop identifying with them. But that's sometimes hard to do at a certain level of awareness. But you and me and a lot of the planet are fortunate to be going through this consciousness expansion where just naturally, you'll find that you just stop identifying with these things simply because you can see it as something that's actually not you. So you might have some things you've been struggling with for a long time, maybe years, and you just can't get to the bottom of it. You just can't release it, no matter how many Reiki sessions or past life regression or whatever it is you've been doing, the tarot readings, and all of a sudden you realize, that's all it was? Doofus! Gone! And number 5, why is all this happening now? Because it's time for you to embody your life purpose, which is always changing. Obviously, there's no one purpose, but there is a next thing for you. And it might be something you've thought about, but is going to probably happen and become part of your existence a lot faster and sooner than you anticipated. And this can be confusing. I know for me, it's getting ready for the new year, and I'm going back through some of my old projects, and I was trying to sort of refurbish some of them and sort of represent them to my audience, and nothing was working. I felt very stale, very stuck, very blocked. Like, what is going on? And the message was, Victor, it's time to move on and take a kind of a big leap here into your next thing, like now. And I'll give a perfect example. So for a long time, as many of you know, I've been an awakening coach. I've been sort of counseling people through their awakening process, help them kind of start to discover their purpose, learn how to tune into themselves, learn how to activate their higher consciousness, learn how to release blockages and stuff I've been doing for years, and it's just been part of my life. Well, now I'm realizing there's so many people who are getting to sort of a completion with a lot of that, and are getting to where I kind of was about a year or two ago when I started to really start to live my purpose and be a real example and just walk it, talk it, breathe it every single day. I'm looking around, seeing a lot of people, maybe you, are ready for that. So now I feel very called, very much so, to help those folks really come in to their own and start doing their own thing in the world, which is very hopeful and very exciting. But again, I suspected my career and my life would eventually do this, but it's the universe is saying, listen, all that old stuff was good. We're happy you did it, but it's time to put an end to it and do this new stuff, do this new thing, live this new purpose now. So if you've been feeling blocked, if old things that once worked are no longer working and you're wondering why, it's probably because something brand spanking new is attempting to emerge within you. And if that's the case, it's a simple matter of, again, going to the grace of this process. It's about just letting go and being patient. And you'll know it when you see it. You'll know it when you feel it. It'll resonate so strongly, so deeply within the depths of your soul. You'll go, ugh. Well, that's undeniable. That's unmistakable. That's it. But when we try to keep this old thing that's dying going, it's like we're halting that grace of emergence of your purpose, your inspiration. Okay? And all the things I've been talking about are going to help you with that. The aligning to the frequencies, the ups and downs, which are just helping you release. The breakthroughs, the overcoming of relevant blocks. For example, my new thing, the way I'm going to carry this out was going to be through retreats. I'll probably do a retreat, a few different types, once a month. I feel like gung-ho about that. But for me, even though you probably wouldn't expect it, how boisterous I am on camera, I'm not like that socially at all. In fact, I get quite shy and very introverted in social situations. You could ask many of the subscribers who have met me. They're like, wow, this is Victor. This wouldn't have expected that. So for me, a relevant block that's been lifted recently, it's this conditioning I've developed with social situations that say Victor's shy. Well, he's not. I actually love interaction. I learned that a couple weeks ago. That's been sort of released for me so I can go do my purpose and not have to be so held back by myself. So my point is, all these different things are happening. Some of them might cause some discomfort and some feeling of temporary cluelessness, etc. But it's all because the whole is ready for you to live and shine your light and your purpose. Okay? That is my take on the energies, my friend. I wish you all nothing but the best. I feel so blessed to be able to talk to people like you. I know what it's like to want to help people that don't want to be helped and share with people who don't want to be talked to. And I have this big audience of people who are receptive to what I feel inspired to talk about, and I feel so blessed that it actually helps you guys and helps you along. I hear all your comments and I read them and I get your emails, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your love you show me. Thank you for your own part on this ascension journey we are all on and connected with. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have an amazing day, an amazing week, an amazing month, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.